for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I hereby announce that this meeting is being held in accordance with Chapter 231 of the Open Public Meeting Act. Proper notice of meeting dates has been given to the Morris Newsfeed and the Morris County Daily Record and posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall. This meeting is a judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision, and decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Goldenberg.
Present.
Mr. Wolf.
Here.
Mr. Bezel.
Here.
Mrs. Decker. Present. Mr. Gabaglia.
Present.
Mr. Houston.
Present.
Mayor Carr.
Present.
And Mrs. McCluskey. Here.
Okay, before we get started tonight, I want to acknowledge Ms. Spatch Trahan, who's sitting in for Ms. Laney tonight. So welcome. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from September 15th. Each of the board members have received a copy of this prior to the meeting. Does anyone have any corrections or additions?
I do. On page 387, the reference under the comments from the public, 501c3, it's 501, parens C, parens 3. And then on page 391, several paragraphs down where it says Mrs. McCluskey. On the cover sheet of the package, she agrees with Mr. Rizzo's Board of Adjustment member in parens, and Mayor Carr. Mayor Carr is not on the Board of Adjustment, it is Mr. Mark Carr. Comment.
Sorry about that.
And those, that's all for my corrections.
Anybody else? Karen, you have those corrections?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So can I have a motion to approve these minutes with those stated corrections?
So moved.
Second.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain?
I'll abstain.
Abstain.
So I'm saying Mr. Goldenberg and Mr. Bezel.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, next item on the agenda is comments from the public. Again, this is specifically for matters that are not on tonight's agenda. None? Okay. Committee reports, minor site plan committee, any updates? No. Master plan review committee, no updates. Okay. Karen, correspondences and bills, are there any?
Yes, there are no correspondence, but there's bills.
We've got several bills. Purchase order number 202-51833, Mariziti Falcon LLP for general legal services, the amount $437.50. PO number 202-51807, Anderson and Dinsler for general engineering, the amount of $483.50. Number 202-51832, Mariziti Falcon for McDonald's litigation, $2,817.15, sorry. Number 202-51792, Phillips, Priest, and Grigel for general services, $701.25. And 202-51791, also the Phillips, Price, and Grigel, general services, $165.00.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I didn't get who seconded.
Ms. McCluskey.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Karen, roll call, please.
Okay. Mr. Goldenberg.
Yes.
Mr. Wolf.
Yes.
Mr. Bezel.
Yes.
Pataglia,
Yes.
Mr. Houston,
Yes.
Mayor Carr,
Yes.
and Mrs. McCluskey.
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is applications. Tonight we have PB-1-25, which is for Rivian LLC, 329 Speedwell Avenue, Block 23, Lot 1.01. Tonight, the board will review the application for completeness only, so no testimony will be heard.
Thank you.
Representation.
Sure. For the record, Joe Papero from Porzio, Bromberg and Newman on behalf of Rivian LLC. As noted, this is an application for completeness of the preliminary and final major site plan application that was submitted. This site is 329 Speedwell Avenue. That's Block 23, Lot 1.01, the former Acton site. The application that was submitted was to convert the site and the existing building, the former grocery store, into a Rivian electric vehicle service center with some electric vehicle charging stations on the site. That application was submitted for the board's review and for the consultant's review. As set forth in the checklist, the preliminary and final major site plan checklist, we've noted 3 waivers from the checklist submission requirements. We have our project engineer here to provide any additional clarification or testimony in support of those waiver requests. Their justifications are set forth in the checklist, but again, Mr. Duarte is here to answer any questions, to provide additional feedback on why the applicant is requesting those waivers from the submission requirements.
Okay, thank you. So,
Sir,
I
you
don't-
want to move the microphone over, or you can sit down?
so, Mr. Ryden, let me ask you a question. Do we need to do this at this point?
Well, that's up to you, Mr. Chairman. Maybe I can go recap my report
That's,
for the
yeah.
record here.
Okay, so let's do that first. Okay, so before I have you start, I just want to make mention that all the board members received Mr. Ryden's report dated 10/10, and Ms. Laney's report dated 10/16. Ms. Laney's report basically mirrors the engineering report. Mr. Ryden highlighted some missing information on checklist E and F, and he recommended waivers on a few items. And at this point, I'd like Mr. Ryden to just take us through that.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So again, this is my October 10, 2025 report regarding the completeness holding of this application. I've noted there are 5 deficient items or missing items from the checklist, those being item 18, which is the list of properties within 200 feet, item 34C, which is storm drains and gradients for the site are not provided, item 35C, storm drains within 200 feet of the property not provided, item 38, affidavit from a qualified wetlands expert not provided, and item 49, regarding recycling information not provided. I also noted 4 waiver requests that attorney reference 3, I noted 4 here in my report. Item 36, drainage area maps not provided. Item 52, landscaping plan not provided. Item 57C, another landscaping plan. There's 2 different versions of the landscaping requirements in the checklist. And item 58C, environmental impact. So those with the waivers notwithstanding, there's still 5 missing items which would put the application in the incomplete column. So with that, happy to answer any questions or provide further information.
So does the board have any questions, Mr. Ryden?
I do have, why do you recommend the waivers for the landscaping plan and the environmental impact statement?
I felt the landscaping plan was minimal here. The site does not have that areas for landscaping provided, and felt we could deal with that on a limited basis during the process, and that would be indicated in my report on the actual application, the merits of the site plan itself. Same thing with the environmental impact statement. That's typically for developments involving new project stripping land, tree removal, soil erosion issues, all those kind of things. So that's not the case here. If there are any of those factors should come up again during the hearing, we are certainly entitled to ask for any and all these things. So that was my reason for the.
Thank you.
But we're considering a waiver and a deficiency the same in this case. For example, there's no mention of recycling, it's not, they're asking for a waiver on recycling.
Well, no, I don't think that's the case. So no, I'm sorry, the recycling day they did not provide, so that's a deficiency. So
Okay,
they're not asking for a waiver.
I'm just making sure that we
Yeah, so,
commingle. Okay,
well, they'll have to address that.
right, the same thing.
Yeah,
That's all I have.
No, I have,
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Good?
I'm good.
I have,
Go ahead.
so just with the,
Jason, please put the,
just with the affidavit for the wetlands expert not provided, I don't think there's wetlands pre-existing there right now. Are they able to request a waiver at this point for that?
Yes, so that's not for me to decide. If they want a waiver, they'd have to ask.
That's all.
Well, following up with Mr. Wolf's inquiry, I strongly disagree with the, not requiring a landscaping plan. So I'd like to give you a little background here. Bretton Woods, which was a very popular event venue, was known for its award-winning landscaping and gardens. When Harbor Terrace bought the property from Bretton Woods, they were proposing development there, and we met with them to discuss with them our strong desire to keep the landscaping the way it was. And if you're familiar with it, I think you'll understand, they kept that beautiful copper beech tree that is sort of the center of their landscaping, and all the beautiful shrubs and plants and flowers, and right now some very appropriate holiday decorations. And that was our opportunity. This is now our opportunity to make that property, which is, you know, really the beginning of our borough, to make it beautiful. So I would strongly recommend that we require a landscaping plan, and also some landscaping along East Hanover Avenue. There's plenty of room to create an attractive site. There are 163 parking spaces on the site plan. 18 of them are EV spaces. They're only required to have 22. That's according to the traffic report that your expert provided. So if this development is approved without a landscaping and an extensive landscaping plan, we're not gonna get this opportunity to do that for a long, long time. So I would say that if the board requires a landscaping plan, that you carefully look at Arbor Terrace and take your cue from them, because that's what we would like to see. That's my opinion, it's up to the board to decide. But I'll also quote here from the, let's see, this is the Board of Adjustment Resolution 2204, when what was this for, the storage unit. It says this site has substantial frontage on East Hanover Avenue and is a gateway to the borough, a bookend of the main thoroughfare, and a destination for anyone in the borough and neighboring township, and easily walkable for nearby residents and business people. And then it goes on to say, a stated goal of the master plan reexamination is maintaining and enhancing the viability of the various commercial districts by promoting a desirable pedestrian environment within the downtown business district, and promoting a desirable visual environment and preserving the small town characteristics of the downtown business district. Among the recommendations of the master plan was to examine all the permitted uses in all of the non-residential zones in order to permit a more experiential type retail to combat vacancies in the downtown. So that, the storage unit was not approved, but this did come from that resolution. So maybe the board would like to reconsider that.
Anybody else have any comments?
Sorry, yes.
No, go.
Yeah, no, I would just like, actually to reiterate, Ms. McCluskey's point. I think that, if I'm understanding this correctly, and maybe Mr. Ryden, this is a question to you, and Mr. Brewer, if we grant a waiver on the landscape plan at this point, does that mean that they do not have to provide one as part of the package?
It means they don't have to provide a landscaping plan to be administratively complete. Does
Okay.
not mean that the board can't ask for landscaping during the course of the hearing, the testimony, the deliberations.
Okay, so, kind of putting it in different words, if I may, right? To be able to get it in front of the board, we can grant the waiver, but then require that they provide a landscaping plan as part of the final package, correct?
Okay, that's my, I would defer to Mr. Brewer, but that's my opinion.
The board has done things like that in the past.
Okay.
As a condition of granting waivers, and it has to be there. And it was typically 10 days, it was always having
Excuse
in
me,
his
Mr.
hand.
Brewer, you have to go closer.
The board has done that, has the ability to do it, and when you've done it in the past, occasionally you said, you'd have to provide, the information for which a waiver was being granted would have to be provided 10 days before the hearing date, so that the professionals could review it. Not that you have to do it that way, but you have done that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, any other questions regarding that for Mr. Ryden and his report? Okay, Mr. Hahn?
Hi, good evening. Actually, my main comments on our report were what's just been discussed, the idea that, you know, you may at this point wish to require a landscape plan or address the landscaping through comments during the site plan review, but I defer to all of you on that, but that was something that we also thought was potentially deficient.
Any questions from Ms. Laney's report? No. So tonight, my plan was to have two motions, one for waivers and one for completeness. In light of this discussion, just so I understand, can we still do a vote on the waivers? Push that through so these guys know what they have? And then from a completeness standpoint, because our professionals have said it's incomplete until we get further information, can we vote on that? Or do we just want to say this whole thing is incomplete? They have to come back and provide.
You can vote on the waivers, and then you could do a second. You can do it.
That's ultimately what I would like to do. All right, so with that, with a recommendation from our professionals, can I have a motion to grant the waivers requested?
Just so we're clear, right, the waivers being requested are, item 36, waiver for drainage area maps, item 52, a landscaping plan, item 57C, an additional landscaping plan, and item 58C, an environmental impact statement. Those are the waivers that you're requesting to be granted.
That's correct.
I'd like to get it from the applicant though about the wetlands. Well, they will ask for a waiver for that or not.
As a condition, I don't know if there was some concern, maybe you want to hear first, but do you want to impose a condition? The vote on the waivers, is a desire to have a condition on granting the waiver that the information be provided by the landscape plan. I don't know where it is.
So, I guess since you've come, let's.
Joe Woodward, Dynamic Engineering, applicant's engineer. So hearing all feedback from the board, I think we would amend our
waiver requests to also add in number 38 regarding the wetlands. And then the reasoning there being is, again, it's a fully developed site, which the applicant is just looking to repurpose. Based on NJDP geo-wet mapping, nothing was shown in the area on our site for wetlands, so that's why we would request that waiver. And then I think I would want to add a few additional waiver requests on the incompleteness items. Number 18, the names of owners, blocks and lots, within 200 feet. We do have that on our cover sheet. I don't know if that's another item, perhaps with notice or something that would be addressed in that. Number 18. But if that's something that we can press away from, we would also like to do that, because again, we do have a 200-foot list on the plans that was submitted. Then on numbers 34C, the storm drains on site. While I agree we don't have full detail of that on current plans, again, being a fully developed site, if there's a waiver we can request in the meantime, but if the board proposes obtaining that information as the application moves forward, that's something we could seek to add to the plan, supplement that information. And on 35C, we would request a waiver from showing culverts and storm drains within 200 feet of the property. Again, being fully developed, we're not looking to change any of the storm infrastructure around the property, and we're looking to maintain everything that's currently on site. So that's 35C. And then just one more additional waiver, which would be from 49, the recycling information. So yes, that was not provided as the application package, but we would look to provide that operational testimony during the public portion of the meeting. Public hearing.
So Bill, can you, excuse me, for a minute, can you just explain the two different waivers for the landscaping plan? The difference between the two and what we're talking about, please? Everybody's on the same page.
52 is called for a generalized plan of landscaping showing basic treatment of all unpaved roads. 57 calls for a final site plan to show contours. Sorry, there's several parts to that. And the one is C, is the location, size, and type of proposed landscaping, including shade trees, furnish details of fences, walls, and similar facilities. So it's like I said, when I reprised my report, for some reason there's two different requirements for landscaping plans. I had to note both.
Okay, so.
But essentially it's
So
the
which one we,
landscape. It's the landscape.
so if we get, if
They're
we get
both
the
in the-
landscape plan, then that covers both of them?
That's correct. So either way, both of those or neither. The only other comment I have on Mr. Duarte here is the item 18, which is the property owners. I was noting here from both municipalities, that's Morris Township. I didn't see on his list Morris Township property. So I don't think we should waive that.
I thought there was correspondence with Morris Township.
Well,
We supply, yeah, just if I could be heard, we supplied both lists separate and apart from the site plans. Those were submitted to the town.
if that's the case, that's fine. I did not receive those lists. Well, I
I
did
have
not.
one here from 200 foot from Morris Township.
That's fine. As long as it's in the record. I did not have it at the time it was reviewed. Nor,
And that's from, Mr. Carl.
that's all. The other request that we just added tonight, all the ones that I had flagged here, I could support all of those, except perhaps the recycling plan. I still think we should have a recycling plan.
So 34C and 35C you can support?
Yes, they're
That's not smart, right?
clearly not applicable here.
Right.
To what we're doing.
Okay.
And
And
affidavit from the wetlands is clearly not applicable here, but again, I noted that they didn't ask for the waiver. 49 regarding the recycling plan, I think we should have.
So that states as data not provided. We need that
I
data
believe so, yeah.
with no waiver.
No, I would require that to be submitted, yes. No waiver.
Yeah, no waiver, correct. Okay.
The only thing we would just add is that we would be happy to, if the board were inclined to grant the other waivers with the exception of the recycling plan, we would be happy to submit that along with the landscaping information prior to the hearing. So we would cover both of those, just to move off of completeness and move towards the hearing. Because our intention is to address the landscaping as well, so, Tiago, is that?
That's something to do, yes.
So is 10 days enough?
I don't know. We'll have to have another completeness here. And that, you can do that in two ways. You can have just a completeness hearing to deal with whatever they send us in the interim here, or you can have a completeness hearing, and if it's declared complete, move right into the public hearing at that same meeting. That's probably the way to go.
So what Bill recommending is that you give them good advice, have this stuff to him beforehand. You're not gonna vote tonight, or you're actually gonna vote for the same complete, but that you'll vote for both completeness and the application at the next hearing. They'll notice it at their risk, that they, as long as they get all the information to them before they do both completeness and the application, that's protects you. You know, they're on the list, they have to, so that's when you vote.
Okay,
So
so,
as you vote tonight to deny, but with the understanding they provide that stuff to Bill in advance, they're gonna get completeness and the hearing on the same date. So
Okay.
you get out.
so as part of that denial tonight, the deeming complete, are we going to at least approve waivers?
Waivers that are recommended, I
We'll
would say
we'll
yes.
get those
With
through,
those,
and then
vote
deem
it
the,
up, and then you have a vote on deeming complete.
okay. Okay.
So,
The-
I'm sorry.
No.
So just to clarify, right, because I believe Mr. Duarte was recommending that essentially we waiver every single thing that's on this list.
And the risk of that is that if they don't produce them to Bill in time to review, that you've already deemed them complete, and the time starts to use, you go to
Right.
So that's the reason why you have them the same day, so they're not gonna get delayed, but they're on the hook to get everything to him in advance. That's the difference.
And furthermore, I don't think I want to fractionate it, say we approve this and I don't approve that. So the vote would have to be encompassing all the elements of the waivers, not just.
Well, I think someone could move to approve the waivers that have been recommended. So that could be, so you're not going to approve the other one. And then you're gonna have a vote, so they'll know exactly which ones have been approved, and how to respond to them. And then the second vote is gonna be on whether or not it should be deemed complete. And that, if there are still waivers outstanding, taking a vote, that would be they have to do it again next week. And I will tell you how to do it, but that protects the board. You don't have the clock, it doesn't start running for you to approve, so they haven't made it incomplete, but they know exactly what they have to do. As long as they put everything in on time, then they're good.
So let's make sure we're all clear, or I'm clear. So waivers that we're going to recommend forward are items 1, 2, 3 on this site plan checklist. Number 36, 52, 57C, and 58C. The only one that was mentioned was the recycling data. And Mr. Ryden, based on your professional opinion, you do not recommend waivers.
Correct. And just a technicality, item 18, the formulas doesn't have to be waived, apparently that's all in place.
That's, yeah, you said that was okay.
Well, that's what we just heard here tonight.
Correct.
So that one, that doesn't need to be as part of it.
That can just come off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want a landscaping plan?
So we are gonna ask for a landscape. We're not gonna waive that.
Yep.
That's the only request that they made, that we are not in agreement.
lot of things that's transpired, I just wanna be clear, right?
Do you want?
I think it would be a motion to approve the following waivers that are listed on, Mr. Ryden's letter. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, and 9. And checklist variances, 1 and 2. Just give it to him.
So again, Mr. Brewer, number 1 was the property owners listed that don't believe needs to be waived.
You haven't seen it and looked at it,
Okay,
so
fair
I
enough.
would say it is
Fair
a
enough.
waiver. I'm saying it is, don't be granted.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm Steve says you haven't looked at it, confirmed it, it didn't come in at the time it was supposed to,
It's on page 1 of the big drawings.
then you can. That
No,
was the only
it's
reason
it's not, it's
the
not
only reason
for
I did it.
town, it's not for town.
No, it's not, that didn't say anything.
It's got the same effect. They're gonna provide it, but you granted the waiver.
Okay.
By the way, is the address right here on Hanover Avenue? With our zip code, is it Marsh Plains or is it Marsh Township?
Morris Plains,
Yeah.
So you can still use Marsh Plains as a town?
It's 329 Ski Farm.
They're paying the taxes tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying, okay. Yeah. It's always been a dilemma in my head.
Okay. All right, so with the recommendation, again, from our professionals, can I have a motion to grant the waivers requested, which are items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and then the checklist variances 1 and 2. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I didn't get who.
May I sell this?
Mayor?
And Ms. McCluskey?
Okay, so it's the mayor and Mrs. McCluskey,
Correct.
and this is for, okay.
This is for the waiver.
Okay.
Okay, Karen, can I?
Mr. Orgeblick,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. Bezel,
Yes.
Mrs. Stecker. Yes. Mr. Gravaglia,
Yes.
Mr. Houston,
Yes.
Mayor Carr,
Yes.
and Mrs. McCluskey.
Yes.
Okay, and then with the recommendation from our professionals, can I have a motion to deem the application incomplete?
Incomplete or complete?
Incomplete.
Okay.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Mayor Carr and Mr. Houston.
Okay, roll call?
Mr. Orgeblick,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. Bezel,
Yes.
Mrs. Stecker,
Yes.
Mr. Gravaglia,
Yes.
Mr. Houston.
Yes.
Mayor Carr.
Yes.
And Mrs. McCluskey.
Yes. But did you want to add to that we would put those, if they provide all the information?
Everything has to be on the motion, I think
Okay.
they told, but as long as you.
So,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I was just gonna add, so if all the information comes through, we can approve the application, deem the application complete next month, and then go right into testing.
So they'll both be scheduled on the agenda, completeness
Correct.
and hearing.
So we would need a notice for the
You
17th.
can notice for it, it's, your risk. If they're not provided sufficiently to bill complete, then you're gonna be deemed incomplete. If they are, then you go to both. Bill, the board will do both of those.
Gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Can I just make a request? For when we go into public hearing, can you guys especially think about the fire safety implications and just be able to talk about it to the public when we're there?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, next.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
you're welcome. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is old business. Anything to discuss? No? New business? New business? Okay. Next item on the agenda is our executive session. So I'll have Mr. Brewer read the resolution.
Planning Board Resolution number 25-13, resolution authorizing closed session pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Law. Be it resolved by the Morris Plains Planning Board in the County of Morris and State of New Jersey on this 20th day of October 2025 as follows. The the Morris Plains Planning Board shall adjourn to executive session in accordance with NJSA 10:4-12B6, being the Open Public Meetings Law, in order to discuss techniques to protect the safety of the public. It is not known at the present time when the matter under discussion will be disposed. 3, the Morris Plains Planning Board shall convene following the executive session to consider other matters on its regular meeting agenda. 4, this resolution shall take effect as provided by law.
Can I have a motion to go to closed session? Second.
Okay, I didn't get who first.
I read it, someone has to move exactly what I said.
Right,
I move.
okay. And seconded by Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Okay. All right, do you want a roll call?
I do want a roll call.
Okay. Mr. Morgenblit?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Bezel?
Yes.
Mrs. Decker? Yes. Mr. Gravaglia?
Yes.
Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Houston?
Yes.
And Mrs. McCluskey? Yes. Okay, sorry to tell everybody, everybody has to leave.
And it's 8:06.